Let's do this.
Hold on, let me get the.
I was drawing in the breath to go, hey!
I heard. All right.
Me in the eye, now I look the other way. What else could I do? I just stood at the doorway and knew I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be drunk.
Hey, Internet! Highway 47 here this morning. We are doing something weird today, as you can tell by the fact that I have sinus congestion. It's like not even 9 o'clock in the morning. We're doing an early morning recording session today for Star Trek The Next Generation. And it's just the two of us today. It was barely me. I'm Shaggy B, and with me is Dracofunk.
Yo, good morning, everybody.
And Scroddick was going to join us, but, we were going to do this at 8 o'clock, and I overslept, so I can't blame anybody else. Anyway, here we are. We're doing some Star Trek today in our half-awake, sort of sleep-addled state. I've been awake for 15 minutes, and so it's going to be great. Today we're watching Season 1, Episode 15 of The Next Generation, titled Too Short a Season. Have any memories of this one, Draco?
I think so, and I remember one weird random scene. If this is the episode I remember it being, but that's it.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like whenever I go back and watch the whole series a couple times, this is about the point where I start to get the first, how marathon runners hit the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is about the first point where I'm like, oh, man, got to get through Season 1. And it's not a horrible episode, but it's not great. I mean, it's not bad in comparison to some of the ones we've watched, but it's not one of my favorites. But I always remember it kind of for that. It's an endurance test sort of feeling. Having said that, it's worth watching, I think.
Yeah, it has an IMDb rating of 6.1.
There we go. How does that compare with other recent episodes?
Well, recently, I didn't set my thing up to go like it's supposed to.
Oh, nice.
11001001 had 7.5. Datalore, Angel 1 was 5.7. Datalore was 7.7. So not as bad as some of the other ones, but we had a string of good episodes like The Big Goodbye, Datalore, and the bunch of the Binar episode.
So we're back in the domain of Code of Honor and Angel 1 for this one. Is what we're saying.
Well, I mean, we're not in the fives.
Barely.
Yeah.
It's like
Code of Honor was like in the 5.4 or 5.2.
Okay. But we're still closer to that than we are to Datalore.
Yeah.
Okay. So, don't expect the universe here, but I think it's still kind of entertaining. It's good to have watched it, but it's not one I'm ever going to go back and purposely watch again. So I hope you all enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here on the internet with us in the early morning. It might not be morning for you.
Well, it is for us, and this actually is kind of the thing I'd sort of do in the morning anyway, so, watch videos and wait for my allergy medicine to kick in.
Yeah.
Exciting. We do have jobs. This is a Saturday, by the way. just for anybody wondering. All right. We ready to get started?
We're ready.
All right. This is Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 1, Episode 15, Too Short a Season, and we are starting it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I just realized we didn't say anything to the people about how to sync up about this. Oh, well. Clearly not a man in a mask. as opposed to a group of terrorists who align with the political interests of the government.
A compliant group of terrorists.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. This episode's right into it. No beating around the bush here. That's decades. It's 4 decades. Yes, we know. He just told us that. You're senile. Uh-huh, we get that part.
They're going to go warp 7.
Yes.
They're right into it.
Yep.
What was that?
Yeah, did you see that? They used the take where he went "Durr" as he walked into the elevator on purpose.
Hey, it's a Starfleet wheelchair.
It is. I kind of like that the wheelchairs of the future have a covering at the front. Also, that looks like they weigh, hundreds of pounds too. Well,
Riker's like, yeah, okay.
but away teams are my thing. Hey, by the way, don't skip the intro.
I was going to say that.
Now that you're here mysteriously through the means that you divined from...
If you are watching this on Netflix,
yes.
Don't skip the intro. If you're watching it on the DVD,
Don't skip the intro either, but it'd be a lot harder.
You could also watch this on Hulu. You don't have the option to skip the intro, at least not that I've ever seen.
I mean, there's always an option. You just got to hunt around for it, and it's not worth it because we'd just be babbling at nothing.
I'm really sad every time I see it that they never use the captain's yacht.
I know. Well, they did on the Enterprise E.
Yeah.
And they used the one on Voyager, but they called it Aero Shuttle?
Did they use the Aero Shuttle on Voyager?
I think so, yeah.
I thought they thought about it just like they did on The Next Generation, but they never actually used it.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought they were going to use it, then they built the Delta Flyer.
Maybe that was it. I don't remember. I tried to repress most of Voyager. We're going to have to watch Voyager eventually, aren't
we? I like some of the episodes of Voyager. I really like the premise.
Yeah.
I feel like their season 1 went about 3 seasons.
Yeah.
My sister, who is probably going to watch this eventually, really, really likes Voyager.
I'm sorry. That chair must weigh 600 pounds.
Maybe it has a hover unit in there.
Maybe.
Tasha looks bored.
I don't blame her. I don't think she does anything in this episode at all. Brooke, no excuses.
Troy's doing her thing.
Why is he thinking about pills? Don't call him number one. That's Picard's nickname for him. From both of you.
Hmm.
Bull. You know, this I can't help but think that this episode came out while a president was in office who like had Alzheimer's. And I
Yeah.
don't remember, did he like announce that to the public before or after he left office?
I don't remember.
Wait, what?
This episode did air February 6th, 1988.
So it was close to the end of his term.
Mm-hmm. You know who I haven't seen?
Who's that?
In every episode?
Worf?
Yeah. He's probably here.
Probably.
Oh, folding clothes.
Oh, yeah. You think they'd have a machine that could do that in the future? Okay, Reagan was diagnosed in 1994.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a kid, he, couldn't really move.
Medical emergency, Admiral's quarters.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's good. I feel fine. Stop worrying. Oh, just growing an extra rib.
I'm not lying to you. I'm just not telling you everything.
Yeah, like about the medication that I'm taking. I mean, except for the clear evidence that the doctor has.
Yeah. Hey, there's Worf.
Okay, yeah. So this button activates the engines, I see.
Should I let him? Captain? Riker's like, should I catch him if he falls?
Yes, you should. Why do they let him still be on active duty? I mean, really? Gettysburg? That's not a starship that we've ever had.
Let the blind man watch over you.
And he hasn't crashed the ship yet. It's going like warp 12.
You don't have to take my word for it.
Well, he just walked. She just turned and walked into the bathroom,
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
I guess. She's going to go look into it.
Maybe she just wanted to review the captain's log.
I only loved you when you were young.
Come to the bedroom. I want to see how well it works.
You look like a lizard. Back when you were on the lizard planet. Drinking the lizard blood. That's a word you don't hear very often. Asparagus. Lizard planet. Why is pretty obvious. He didn't want to have Iverson's disease anymore.
Yeah. I was going to wait. Is it me or is Picard being kind of a to Crusher in this episode?
He really is, yeah. What a negotiator he is.
Should have went to the Briar Patch.
Should have, yeah. She's like, but I wanted to also live longer. Yeah, nothing wrong with his mind at all.
Hmm.
I don't know.
You should message Starfleet now.
Yes.
He should probably be relieved of command.
Mm-hmm. Probably sent to prison. No, you didn't. That's when I thought about you until I took your portion. She's still well enough to run. She doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Go beat up Worf.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Poor Worf. That's all he's done this whole season was get beat up and stabbed.
True. Making it so.
The whole bridge is listening.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, but do they have like the disintegration doorway thing that they had on Angel 1? Because that's
Yeah.
really efficient.
Or the injection things they had on the Sex Planet.
Oh, yeah. Although we didn't get to see them work, did they?
No. Not in a hurry. Tasha hasn't said a thing during this episode.
Nope, just stood there. I don't think the director liked women too much. Directed by Rob Bowman.
Took Picard's chair. Picard took Riker's chair. Riker took Troy's chair.
Whoa. Okay. Maybe the drugs made him a jerk. That could happen, maybe. He gonna die. That's suddenly worse.
Hey, that's a shot of the Enterprise we don't really see.
That's true. It's a shot of whiskey we don't really see.
I could use a shot of Jameson.
You know, me too, actually. I haven't had Jameson since that one time that somebody brought some Jameson and then had never had it before and hated it, and so I had to drink all of it. And I don't really like it either.
I wonder if that's what he's drinking.
It kind of looks like it. Everybody looks like MacGyver.
Still the 80s.
True. I kind of like the paper mache tree behind him. So this episode does a lot of telling and not really showing.
Yeah. Sure, we'll get to, some action soon.
Yeah, probably.
While they're sitting around talking, this is a good time to mention the only thing I really remembered about this episode was whenever you see Karnath, he has all these like phaser rifles and pistols behind him.
Yeah.
That's all I remembered.
It's totally not how the Prime Directive works, man. Of course not.
I thought giving them weapons would stop the war.
Yeah.
He just...
Contact Starfleet maybe and report this. You would think that somebody on the ship would be like, the Admiral is unstable and has committed fraud and
multiple times
and is going insane and has poisoned himself.
Oh, so this is turning personal?
Yeah.
Contact Starfleet?
Contact Starfleet.
Riker?
Riker, contact Starfleet. What should I do? Interior, Klingon battlecruiser. Wait.
If I was beaming down to a hostile situation, I might have my weapon out before I...
Probably.
This is like an all-star away team. I thought we were sneaking around, not talking loudly.
You know, making heavy footfalls and running and...
That won't be...
What's on the other side? Did anybody ask that? Anybody scan that? Anybody look? No? Okay, let's cut through it.
Meanwhile, on the other side, everybody's like, oh,
Yeah. Don't touch the hot walls. Don't touch the wall. Don't touch the wall. Don't touch... Ah, Jordy! Hey, hostages.
Those are like nurses' uniforms.
They are, yeah. Oh, Worf finally got to, you know, hurt somebody.
Yeah, Data. Yeah, Tasha. No, he's having a heart attack.
Yeah. It's only his fourth one today. Don't worry about it. Why did you leave? We almost had him. No, we didn't.
At least there was some action, sort of.
A thing happened. Yeah, those are like legit Starfleet weapons there, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. I wonder, is his office shielded? Couldn't they just beam him to the bridge?
Yeah. They really need to get a steady cam on the Enterprise.
He's a baby.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody knows at this point how many hostages there are, if they're even there. We haven't seen
that's
them.
kind of true.
We haven't communicated with them. But did you say we? Okay.
Wasn't the whole reason for getting Riker was he didn't let the captain do something?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's totally letting the captain do something. I kind of want some Jameson, too.
Yep. It's sounding better and better the longer we go. Because I'm old. See, it's proof. You suppose he ever talks quietly?
No.
Hello, sir. Can we help you today? I'd like a large coffee and a sandwich. Yeah.
It's like Morbo.
Yeah.
You sound like a nice tyrant. Yeah, beam her down to this hostage situation.
That'll help.
It's totally under control.
You couldn't take like 5 more frames.
Yeah. Is die.
And then die.
Yeah.
Why pick that one? Not for long. Terrible pain.
Hmm.
And don't see very well. Your eyes are degenerating.
The hostages. The hostages.
I feel like if I were the bad guy, that I would be less than satisfied after all that work.
I feel like once the hostages were released, they should probably, yeah.
Arrest him.
Tasha's now just not even facing them.
Nope. Like, soiling your pants and falling over. Cancer. Dun, 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 dun.
Wonder what that look was for.
They do that at the end of every episode. Have you noticed that? It's like, yeah, buddy, I'll warp over there if you know what I mean.
George Romans wrote the music.
It is kind of unique music. It doesn't sound like the music from the other episodes, I guess. Yeah. Well, we did that.
Yeah.
Thoughts? You always lead in with that, and it's always true.
All I really remembered from that episode was the weapons rack behind Karnas.
Yeah, I remember the de-aging, and I remembered the plot pretty well. But like I said, I wouldn't go back and rewatch this one. There was a lot of sitting around talking about stuff that we don't see.
Yeah,
and although it's kind of two sides to that coin, right? Because the only way, they could have written in look at the hostages on some of those communiques, but one of the things I don't like about newer Star Trek is that in the older stuff, in the original series and through pretty much all of the Next Generation, everything is always filmed from the perspective of the crew, right? Mm-hmm. They never have like a cut to the bad guy's planning room or some other characters who aren't normal characters doing their thing. And to me, that was one of the things I noticed, even like at the end of Deep Space Nine, throughout the end of the Dominion War, you see things from the perspective of the founders and, their war room on Cardassia and all that. And I always liked it where it was, you were sort of experiencing it through the eyes of the people on the Enterprise. So the easy way to have added, here's what the hostages are, who they are, and how many there are, and all that would be to just cut to the planet where Karnas is, kicking them and yelling at them and stuff. But that would have taken you off the ship.
Yeah.
So
in defense, the only thing I would give this for Deep Space Nine is, honestly, Dukat was such a good character that I think he should have been one of the main characters, even though he wasn't on the crew.
Right. And I'll give you that, and that would have straddled the line fairly well, and I guess that's kind of a minor nitpicky point, but it didn't bother me so much in Deep Space Nine, but like definitely toward the end of Voyager and into Enterprise and all that, it was like the actual main characters of the show just became kind of a thing that happens, and it runs the danger of being less interesting than the side plot and the side characters and all that.
Right.
Like, I found myself in Enterprise really wanting to see like a whole episode of Shran and his ship, like doing things instead of Enterprise. And it's like, well, no, this is about the Enterprise. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a tangent. And the point is that they could have found a way in between that to show a little more of the hostage situation. Like at this point, we're ending the episode not even really sure there were any hostages, and it's very possible that the wool could have been pulled over everybody's eyes, and he could have just made up the whole hostage situation because we never see any evidence that they actually exist.
Right.
And that bugs me a bit.
Well, hope you enjoyed it, and
yeah, and let us know in the comments if we should record more at 8 a.m. or whatever time we started, 9 a.m. I guess.
Quarter till 9.
Or whether we're funnier at night, because I don't know, really.
Yep. Well, thanks, and until next time, when the bow breaks,
the cradle will fall. Good night, everybody.
I don't know why this happens to me.